I loved this mani so much that I wore it for over 2 weeks straight. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I safely remove a dip powder mani from my natural nails when I don't wear peel base. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back. I'm Jeannie, and right here I'm showing you the growth I had over 2 weeks. I am super sad to remove this mani, but it's time to get on to creating new content. If you want to know my tips for creating a mani that lasts over 2 weeks, I'll link a video I just did up above in the cards. It's not this mani, but I did use the exact same process, and this one held strong with zero lifting. I'm a peel-based kind of girl because I change out my manis often for the content I create, but when I don't use peel base, these fast foils are my favorite way to quickly remove my dip powder manis safely. So I get these off of Amazon, and I'll leave the link for these down below in the description in case you want to pick them up. As you can tell, I've used them a lot, and these are a total game changer. I find them a lot quicker, easier, and less messy than using a baggie of acetone in a bowl of hot rice or in a bowl of hot water. They are individually wrapped foils, and inside the foils are cotton soaked acetone. So you just rip off the top, stick your finger in, super quick, super easy, less mess. Before I begin my soaking process, I want to remove my top coat, so I'm going to use my Efile. This is my Model XS 2.0 from iGel Beauty, and I'm using the 3-in-1 bit. I believe this is in a medium grit, and that's my favorite one to use, but I like to remove more than just my top coat, so I like to file off as much as possible, but I don't want to get close to my natural nail, so if I start seeing my natural nail or close to it, I will stop at that point. But I'm going to go ahead and e-file off as much as I can without getting close to my natural nail, because you do not want a bit like this to touch your natural nail. Now, I think it's important to note that I am not a nail tech. I am not a nail professional. I am a DIYer. I just do this for fun at home. So if I'm doing something improperly, don't come for me. I do what works for me. It may not work for you. Find whatever works best for you. I'm just showing you my process. This does not mean that this is the proper way to do it. So I've got my Efile on a speed of about 12,000 RPMs, and I'm just gently grazing the surface of my nail. You don't want to apply too much pressure because I don't want to bear down and get to my natural nail. So I'm just going around the edges and anywhere there is natural nail, so where I have that growth at my cuticle line, I'm making sure my Efile isn't hitting that spot. And I'm just gently going around my nail, making sure that I'm filing off. I'm not spending too much time in one area. I want to keep moving around my Efile so I don't create any kind of burn or heat. And I do have my pinky anchored as well. So you want to make sure you have your hand with your Efile anchored on so it doesn't slip. So I make sure that my pinky is anchored on to my left hand, the one I'm e-filing, just for more stability. I've been doing a lot more manis lately on my natural nails, so I think I'm actually going to create a series on dipping on your natural nails. So this is going to be the first part, how I safely remove a dip powder mani when I'm not using peel base. I'll do a video on my nail prep on my natural nails, and then I'm going to do a video on how to shape my natural nails. So I did square for a while. I'm missing my almond, so I'm going to show you how I shape my natural nails into an almond shape. And then I know I did a video previously on how I did a dip powder mani, but I may do another one just on my new shape, just so you see like the whole process. So look out for those videos. And if there's anything else you want to see me do on my natural nails to include in the series, let me know. I'm debating, should I do a gel polish mani, or what am I missing? What else do you want to see? I've filed off the majority of my dip powder, so now we're gonna get into the foils. So I'm gonna make sure that I prep everything ahead of time because once the foils are on your fingers, it's hard to do anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and split these packages because they do come in strips of 2, and I wanna make sure I'm careful not to open them as I rip them apart. And acetone can be pretty drying, so I'm just taking some cuticle oil. This one is from Cuticle Co, and I'm just applying that liberally to my skin, and that's going to help protect my skin when I apply the wraps to my nails. This is a totally optional step. You don't have to use cuticle oil. You can use something like Aquaphor or maybe some coconut oil, whatever you want to do, or you can use nothing at all. It just depends on what you want to do, but I wanted to protect my skin a little bit more. Now I'm going to take my foil packet and I'm going to feel around because there's usually one side that has a gap between the top of the foil and the cotton pad. So I'm going to rip off the top of that foil packet just to expose that. And then you can see in here the cotton pad that's soaked in acetone. I'm going to insert my finger into that packet and then I'm going to put my hand down and fold the packet around my nail. So I'm going to fold it around the sides and then I'm going to fold over the top and then I'm just going to let that sit. So I'm going to continue to do this for all my fingers. So I'm going to feel around to where there is the largest gap. I'm going to rip off the top, making sure that I'm not ripping off too much. You'll put your finger in it with the cotton pad on the top of your nail. Wrap the foil packet around the sides of your nails and then fold over the top. That was all real time, so you can see just how quick and easy it was to apply these foil packets. Now, acetone for removal works best with heat, which is why when you do the baggie method, you have your baggie in a bowl of hot water or a bowl of hot rice. So I want to apply heat. So what I'm going to do, and this is a tip I learned from Marla Chris, is once I've got those pads on, I'm going to take my heating pad, I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to stick my hand in there, and I'm going to wait 8 minutes. You didn't think I'd make you sit there and make you watch for the whole 8 minutes, did you? So with the power of editing, the 8 minutes have passed, so I'm going to remove my heating pad and then we're going to check on how the dip powder is doing. So I'm going to start with my pinky because that's the first one I applied the foil to. So I'm going to gently unwrap it and then I'm going to see how it looks. So you can see it's starting to come off. So I'm going to take my cuticle pusher. I'm going to very gently scrape. You don't want to apply pressure. You just want to remove whatever's gooey and ready to be removed. Now I want to do this very gently because I don't want to cause damage to my natural nail because I don't have anything underneath this dip powder. So I'm just going to scrape away whatever is easy to scrape away just to remove any of the excess that's already coming off. And this process is a lot quicker for me because I removed a majority of the dip powder with my Efile beforehand. But generally it takes me about 2 soaks in order to get off my entire mani. But it may take you a little bit longer if you leave more of that dip powder on for the soaking. So once I've done scraping off as much as I can, I'm going to take my buffer block and just buff off a little bit more before I put my finger back in the foil to soak off a little bit more. And now I'm going to repeat this exact same process for all of my nails, doing one nail at a time. I will leave this real time as well, just so you can see the amount of time it takes me. Once I finish scraping all my nails and rewrapped them, I'm once again going to take out my heating pad and apply that, and this time I'm going to wait 5 minutes. I think you get the picture, so I'm going to go ahead and speed up the rest. So this is just going to be a rinse and repeat. So if you do this and after 5 minutes you still have a little dip powder left, you would do the same thing. You would reapply the foil, put your hand under the heating pad, wait another maybe 5 minutes, and then scrape until all the dip powder is removed. Once I'm finished removing everything, I'm too lazy to get up and go wash my hands, so I'm taking a lint-free wipe and some isopropyl alcohol, and I'm just wiping down my nails in case there's any excess residue to get rid of all that excess dust as well. Now I'm going to go back in and rehydrate my cuticles again, so I'm using my Happy Cuticle Co cuticle oil. This is in the scent Citrus Calypso, and I'm just going to make sure that I rehydrate everything because the acetone can be drying, but it could have been a lot worse if I hadn't applied the cuticle oil beforehand as well. But I just love the smell of it, so I wanted to reapply it. So here we are. My dip powder mani has been safely removed. I did overbuff a little bit on my middle and ring finger, but that's okay because I'm going to reshape my nails anyway because I am missing my almonds. So keep an eye out. That video will be up. I'm not sure when, but soon. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this, and it also helps YouTube recommend me to others, which helps grow my channel. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I upload content every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.